Hello dear creative friends! Thank you so much for watching this video and welcome back to my channel where I love sharing the DIY and creative tutorials with you. Today I have something extra special in store. I will be sharing my experience of how I've designed and created the wedding stationery and some of the decorations. So recently I have taken a 2-week break from YouTube and basically any other activity because I was busy in preparing and organizing my own wedding ceremony and wedding reception. Since me and my husband have decided to create all of the wedding stationery and almost all the decorations on our own, it was quite a hectic but also extremely exciting time. There are of course many reasons why you would consider making your own stationery and not, for example, purchasing it from the outside design company or somewhere off Etsy, let's say. For us, the main reason was the fact that we wanted to retain the flexibility and make last-minute changes. We knew that there will be a lot of changes in the guest list, also in the seating chart, so we wanted to kind of do everything from the beginning so that we can retain this kind of cohesive design throughout the whole process. Of course, another advantage of making your own or making your DIY stationery and decorations is a substantial cost-saving opportunity. By creating your own items, you can obviously avoid the markup which comes with the pre-made wedding supplies or even custom-made ones. And with a well-planned budget, you can obviously allocate these funds to other aspects of your wedding. Do consider that I already own the inkjet printer and the cutting machine alongside with some of the tools I'll be showing throughout this video. But even if we consider that we spend around 5 to 10% of our total wedding budget on stationery and decorations, if your wedding budget is over 20k, let's say, you can easily purchase the cutting machine and inkjet printer and high quality supplies. Alrighty, so the first step of our design process is obviously setting the theme of our wedding. Personally, for me, it was the most interesting and the most creative part of the whole process since I really let my imagination flow here. Okay, so I would suggest to begin by collecting inspiration from various sources. Look for wedding magazines, for online platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, or Pinterest. Save these images, the colors, the textures, so basically anything which catches your eye and evokes the mood you envision for your wedding. Even if you are not planning to limit your color palette of the wedding to, I don't know, 3 to 4 or 5 colors, I would strongly suggest to choose a couple of them so that you can kind of tie everything together in a cohesive way. Another important thing is obviously considering your style as a couple. Think about things you enjoy, your hobbies, maybe your shared experience which you can incorporate into your wedding and make it really your own party. Besides, you can take into account during which season you're going to get married, the colors which are going to prevail, the wedding venue. I think it's extremely important. For us, for example, it was a very lush green wedding venues because the windows were so huge and it really gave us a feeling like we were sitting in the garden. So this green color was something I wanted to incorporate in the flowers and other decorations as well. But also I wanted to choose some contrasting colors such as, for example, yellow or even navy blue to really make the green color pop. So I have basically compiled all the images which reflected our personal style into this kind of mood board, and also I've chosen the main colors for our color palette. So I have chosen this azure blue color as a kind of emphasis for our color palette. It combined very well with this yellow color and this off-white color which we have chosen for our wedding flowers. So I think at the end of the day it was quite a good idea. Also green, this is the color of the basically venue. And this blue, light blue, baby blue, I don't know how to call it. This is the color which we have also incorporated as the add-on to this azure blue. So basically I have started with creating the most important thing of any wedding stationery, the wedding invitations. So the first thing you should consider is obviously the paper you use for your invitations. You want your invitations to be thick, to be high quality, to be textury if possible, and if you like it, of course. And this is the first thing which your wedding guests are going to be holding in their hands, so you really want to make an impression, but at the same time, for us personally, our style is quite minimalistic, so we wanted to keep them simple. We found extremely nice and high quality paper from a company called Keaykolour. I hope I pronounced it correctly. They produce a lot of basically gorgeous papers in various colors. I'm pretty sure it's also available in the USA, so check it out. So this is the final product. This is the invitation. On the front side, as you can see, invitation is personalized and it includes the name and surname of our wedding guest. On the back side, you can see Sia written in Polish, also kind of cute. And here you can see the wax seal, which I have purchased from an external vendor. I have analyzed it and it was not really cost efficient to make the wax seals by myself because I don't have any tools. The wax seal includes our initials and I think it really adds an elegant and a cute touch to basically everything. I have ordered 200 of them and I've used only 80 for my invitations, so I will show you later on in this video how I've basically repurposed the wax seals. When you use these little details throughout your whole wedding, I think your wedding guests will definitely notice and appreciate it. So basically I've ordered 40 sheets, A4 sheets. Obviously this is already cut in the form of our wedding invitation. This was the 40 sheets of Keaykolour Chalk Recycled paper. This is 300 GSM, so this is quite thick, as you can see. Besides, I have ordered 40 sheets, also 300 GSM of Azure Blue paper for our RSVP cards. As you can see, this is also quite thick. So basically, let me show you the card. This is the RSVP. I wanted to play a little bit with the form of the invitation, so I've printed the invitation itself on the rectangle. I have obviously cut it on the cutting machine, and the RSVP card on this kind of ellipse. And of course I have ordered the 80, or I think 85 just in case, envelopes. This is B6 format and the color is matching the RSVP card. This is Azure Blue from the same company. The envelope is actually also quite high quality and thick, so I like it a lot. And it gives really nice feel. It has a lot of texture, which I really liked. So the total cost of 80 invitations, including the paper, envelopes, and the wax seal, considering that the wax seal was also used in other projects, is $59. So the next thing we purchased was this big acrylic sign or plexiglass sign. It was 1 meter by 70 centimeters, so it was too big. We purchased it in the home improvement store and they cut it in half for us directly there, so it was really convenient. One part was used for the welcome sign and the other part for the sitting chart. So we didn't order any kind of guest book for our reception. Instead, we repurposed this welcome sign and we allowed the guests to take the picture with a Polaroid, which we provided for them, and paste it with our wax seals on the welcome sign. This is something which we're definitely going to be keeping for a long time. It's a very nice gift basically for us from the wedding, and the guests were really fascinated. If you do not have an instant camera and you don't want to invest in one, you can buy a white marker and the guest can sign their wishes or greetings for you as a newlyweds, and I think it will also be a very cool idea. When it comes to our table sitting chart, I have printed out the cards with the names of the guest and the table numbers, and I have pasted them on the board, again using our wax seals. The total cost, including the plexiglass, the vinyl paper and the wooden easel, was $48. One of the wooden easels was provided by our wedding venue, so we didn't have to purchase two of them, so the cost is a little bit less. The next thing were the acrylic table numbers. This is something I've showcased on my YouTube channel before, so if you want, go check this video. I'm showing in detail how I'm preparing the design for the table numbers and how I'm cutting them and pasting on the acrylic table signs. The cost was quite high as for me. I don't know, I believe $38 or $35 was a little bit too much for the table signs, but they were really high quality, so I was really happy. They were not shaky at all. They looked like they came from the store, so the final result and the final product was really nice. Another item were the place cards. I have also decided to personalize them and actually include this little Azure Blue place card on the menu. I have to admit this was quite time consuming, but also very informative for all the guests. We received very cool feedback on it. Basically, you can only create the place cards, put them in front of the plate of your guest, but I have decided to include the whole menu, what to expect from the evening, and also the scenario or the plan of the evening. So basically this is a lot of information on one piece of card, and I think it's quite nice because sometimes the couples are also doing the wedding scenario or plan on separate piece of paper, and I think this is really saving the paper. This was around $20, so I would say this was extremely cheap, even though I had to make one for every guest except for the kids. I think at the end of the day it paid off. The guests were well informed on when the party is starting, where to check in, how to check in, and so on and so forth. So this is my idea. Maybe you will get inspired and also create this kind of place card for your own wedding. As you see, there's a lot of text and the inkjet printer is drinking ink like crazy. This is something you have to consider. If you're using a laser printer, if you have it, I think it will be more cost efficient. But even considering this, the budget under $300 is very affordable, and I believe it really makes a big difference. And there you have it. An elegant, rustic, and very modern wedding stationery and decorations for a budget of under $300. I really hope that you found this video helpful and inspiring, and if yes, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will be sharing more budget-friendly DIY tutorials. Thanks for watching!